Maurice Merleau-Ponty's philosophical perspective of self. Meet the Group 11, Jeneline Villafuerte, Shindara Yalong, and Jovel Maido. Who is Maurice Merleau-Ponty? Maurice Merleau-Ponty, 1908-1961, a French philosopher who is known for his contributions to phenomenology in his book titled Phenomenology of Perception. Merleau-Ponty's two philosophical theory, phenomenology, existentialism. Phenomenology or phenomenological study is simply the study of phenomena and experience, or the things as they occur. According to him, it is the study of essences, including the essence of perception and of consciousness. 1945. He stated that our perception is the background of our experiences. Existentialism. His work is associated with his theory of philosophy called existentialism. Existentialism is a philosophical view that humans are responsible for creating purposes and giving meaning to their own lives, and that they are to perform the rational act. As stated by Merleau-Ponty, life becomes ideas and ideas return to life. He argued that person's physical body is a perceiving object. Maurice Merleau-Ponty believed the physical body to be an important part of what makes up the subjective self. This idea flew in the face of two of the most heralded yet opposing ideas in all of philosophy. They are empiricism and rationalism. In order to understand why Merleau-Ponty's ideas made such a splash, we need to understand the two philosophies against which he was arguing. Empiricism. Standing in contrast to rationalism is empiricism. Empiricism is the belief that our physical senses are the only source of knowledge. If the source of knowledge can't be seen, touched, heard, tasted, it really can't be trusted. Or in other words, if it can't be empirically studied, it's a no-go. Under these parameters, the idea of some mystical mind independently perceiving and giving us our sense of self comes under some serious scrutiny. An empiricist may argue that our physical body and not some mystical mind makes up our sense of self, while the rationalist would say, "I think therefore I am." An empiricist would say, "I sense therefore I am." Rationalism. When speaking of self-being, rationalism asserts that reason and mental perception, rather than physical senses and experience, are the basis of knowledge and self. In other words, our rational thinking minds are where it's all at. According to many who held this belief, the mind is the seat of our consciousness. It is the subject behind what it means to be human. The body is just a shell. As the famous Plato once said, and I paraphrase a bit, the body is just the prison house of the soul. Almost in a Goldilocks, this porridge is too hot and this porridge is too cold sort of way. Merleau-Ponty stepped on the scene and declared rationalism and empiricism both missed the mark. To him, rationalism elevates the importance of the mind and perception too much, while empiricism too strongly negates them. Rather than seeing the perceiving mind and the acting body as separate, Merleau-Ponty argued that they are interconnected. They both are our seat of knowledge and they both give us our sense of self. The philosopher Maurice Merleau-Ponty articulated the phenomenologist's position in a simple declaration, "I live in my body by the lived body." Merleau-Ponty means an entity that can never be objectified or known in a completely objective sort of way as opposed to the body as object of the dualists. I experience myself as living in my body, as acting through my body. It is through my body that I can move in space, touch objects, and interact with others. My experiences are not private representations in a private mind, but primarily action in the world. Thank you for listening.